To order the town council meeting. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call. Mike?
Mr. Zach Beaver.
Present.
Mr. Tim Clayton. Not present. Mr. David Anderson.
Here.
Ms. Amy Blaker.
Here.
Mr. John Drewinski.
Present.
Mr. Nick Bellar.
Here.
Marshall Bird.
Here.
Mr. Tony Clark.
Here.
Mr. Sean Duffy.
Penny.
Sorry. Sorry.
You're in Duffy's seat. That's
Mr. Sean Finney.
here.
Mr. David Austin.
Present.
And I'm Michael Lambert. Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. All right, first up we have public comment. Anybody wishing to speak on an agenda item?
Oh, you're the next. You're the next one up.
Yeah, do you have an agenda item or is it?
Now he's the citizen on public.
Okay,
Number 2.
we'll get to the next one. You're up. All right.
Now,
Seeing none, we're going to move on to citizens requesting placement on the agenda not related to agenda items. Natalia, Marcel, Elizaveta. All right. If you guys want to, whoever wants to speak, if you just want to go up and say your name. Perfect. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming.
All right. Hi everybody. My name is Dennis. I live in Park Street, 10885. And we have a situation about the parking on the street, on the Park Street. So if you know, we have a plaza in front of the 109 Street. And one side is a chiropractor, another side it's like 3 small company, like 3D Build, State Farm, or something else. So those guys from 3D Build, they usually park the cars on the side of the street, Park Street. And we a little bit worry about the safety situation here because we all have our kids. And as I know, I don't know if you know, we don't have a sidewalk here. And all the time, for example, me, I try to walk with my son. He's just 2 years old and he's not manageable sometimes, you know. And a lot of people actually flying over there because they always try to cut off that traffic lights.
Right.
And I just super worry about it because a lot of people flying here, especially like in the evening time when it's already dark. And all those cars on the side, they usually close the view from the other drivers. Plus, I saw a lot of situations when it's all facilities, like all services, like garbage services and USPS office and other different services. They had a lot of problem with that because they can't park correctly, they can't reach to mail and stuff. So, and lately I just made up by myself a little petition about the situation and just walk around my neighbors and ask all our neighbors. Everybody was agree with me that it's a little bit, kind of dangerous situation for everybody. And also, I forgot to tell that we was trying to speak with those owner from the 3D Build, and like a couple times maybe. They said literally it's not your road, and they probably don't care about that. But we was polite, we just asked them, can you guys park somewhere else? Because also during the day I work locally and I like looking at the parking lot all the time. A lot of free space over there, a lot. Like during the day, like I think so they have a lot of customers for, but they said that they keep the empty spaces for customers, but at the same time we have a perfect example because the chiropractor for the other side, they have a lot of customers. Like each hour, like 10 people, cycle, and they never park actually on the site. And they always park close to the building, and we just didn't know what to do, because we're a little bit curious about that, and I also had a visit to Congressman in Merrillville, just ask him, some advice. He must send some letter to you guys, I don't know. So actually, it's all our concern.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate you coming. We got the letter from Congressman Van, so appreciate you sending that.
If you need a list of I can give you if you need.
We have.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but I do appreciate it, and appreciate you coming. I think your concern, especially with kids, I mean, and we have, runners and everybody. I used to run through there before Anytime Fitness was there, so I know that area. I know Amy lives kind of nearby and runs through there too. So it's not lost on us. One of we've kind of struggled with our parking ordinance in the past. We have to make tweaks here and there as things change, as the town grows. We just have to look at that area is different than it was maybe 5 years ago. And so that may mean a tweak to the ordinance. We've passed the information along to Marshall Bird, and he's looking at everything. What we'll do is have the marshal, have the police officers paying attention, kind of see if there's any violations of state statute or existing ordinance, and then we can go back and kind of assess how do we address this problem. Maybe it's something, if we can address it with the property owner, we could try to do that. If there's some ordinance change that we need to make, and maybe just to make that stretch of road a little bit safer, if we can't get voluntary compliance from the owner. So I think there's a few steps we could take, I think, to at least try to get more involved and see if there's some solution we can do. I don't know what the solution is, but maybe we'll start getting some information to try to.
Maybe I thought maybe at least we can put some bumps over there, like speed bumps, at least for the people who try to cut the traffic lights and they speeding a lot. But we have a sign here like 20 miles per hour,
Right.
and maybe we can. Because I also know that probably city. Have some, I don't know, the church on the front of the.
Yeah.
So they usually gave those guys some space for the parking. I don't know, but they don't want to park here because they need to, walk from that parking lot to the building. I don't know. We all just want to, safety for our kids, for us, for everybody, and try to make life a little bit easier and not,
Yeah.
Because I don't want to walk in and always be pay attention for everybody, because
it's hard to lay your guard down if you're always worried about the traffic and your kids and everything going on. Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
So I think we have a few things. We'll start monitoring more closely, kind of gather some information, and then see what steps we can take, and then one of us will be in contact with you, kind of keep you posted on what's going on or what. Because at the end of the day, we'll all talk about it and see, we have to have a consensus kind of on any changes we make, but if there's some change that we can make, we'll let you know.
Yeah,
And if there may be options that we talk to you about and you don't like, so we'll work that out.
Some solution, for everybody. Sounds good.
So
Thank you so much.
Yep, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Sure, yeah, if you don't mind, just say your name and address for the record, please.
Jane Strickland, 10823 Park Street. There used to be signs there that said that there was not supposed to be any cars on the street, because the street isn't made for two cars to pass, for one thing. Down at where those cars are, there's 3 businesses there, and the one that is the violator is they make blueprints down there, and everybody parks along the street there because there's only like 2 or 3 when all of them get there. Space is open, and you got 2 other businesses that are going to say we're paying rent here and we need a place to park. I even, when we went by, I looked to see alongside the building on the grass or something, if they could park there and there's no place. The only thing I thought is if somebody wants to go and carpool from the grocery store parking lot, they could do that, just to get them off the street. But that, we have people that take off at 108 and go down our street to 109 at about 50 miles an hour. So this is, it's not a safe situation. Today there was guys out there mowing grass. They had no place hardly to park their truck to do that. The garbage truck can't get to your garbage can. The mail lady can't get to the mailbox, you know. And when you back out of your driveway, you're possibly going to hit one of those cars. So it's just not safe. That's all I have to
Understand.
say.
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming too. I mean, like I said, we're going to take a look at everything and see what we can do, see what options there might be available. But I mean, it's well taken.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, anyone else wishing to speak?
I'm Sandra Murphy. I live on Park Street, have for over 19 years. And when they park on the street, the pickup truck that's been parking there, it's very hard for me to see out, to get around him. And not this Tuesday, but in the past, he has been blocking my garbage cans. And I put them out on a Monday, so it'd be there Tuesday. So it's not something new I started. I've always did that. And then I had, the last couple of times I had to go move my garbage cans so the garbage man could see them. And it's very inconvenient for me.
Yeah, I can understand that. We'll see what options we can, what we can try to put together for everybody. We're going to see what options we can put together to try to remedy some of this for you guys.
I can't hear this.
We're going to see what we can do, what we can put together to try to resolve some of this.
Okay.
Thank you. Marshall Bird, I think you probably got the message, right?
Sorry, couldn't hear what you said.
I think you got most of the message on the traffic situation, at least while we look at maybe any ordinance changes or other changes. If you could just, to have the officers cruise through there every once in a while, especially during the daytime hours, identify any illegal parking or any violations or anything like that. And then if you have suggestions, the officers have suggestions on changes, if you want to let us know if there's some kind of ordinance tweak we can make in that area. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. All right, anyone else wishing to speak? We're going to move on to minutes to be approved. We have meeting minutes for May 27th for the executive session and town council meeting.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes as presented here for the executive session meeting of May 27th and the town council meeting of the same date.
Second.
We have a motion by John, second by Amy. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Staff report. Nick?
You can see the building stats on the following page. Just real quick, the clerk treasurer's office will be moving over into the old former police department spaces. There'll be a bit of a remodel going on, probably over the next month and a half, to get that space ready for Mike and his staff. That's coming up. And you probably saw the striping contractor out there restriping Randolph Street this week. Couldn't have picked the worst week to start that type of project. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Nick. Tony?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we've got no real major projects going on at Public Works right now for the street department. Everything is just basically in summer mode where we're mowing and street sweeping and, patching holes and all that kind of stuff. So there's not a lot going on, which is good to say. That's about it for this.
All right. Easy enough. Thank you, sir. Marshall Bird?
First and foremost, a thank you to Tony Clark and his guys, Josh Plath and Tom Castile, for helping move us
into the new police station. There were multiple trips with pickup trucks and trailers to get us over into the new station. Thank you, Tony, for the help. And we're getting situated, so hopefully very soon we'll have an open house where we can invite everybody in to tour the facilities and see what the town has provided all of us. The other thing would be our officers were at the movie in the park on a Friday. It was canceled because of rain, threat of rain on a Saturday, moved to a Friday. We had officers there in the park interacting with the public and providing a sense of public safety there. And other than that, the three things I've noticed that we've been extremely busy with are complaints of speeding vehicles, stop sign violations, and yet again today, dog bites. So one of the things we need to stress to our residents are you have to secure your animals because they're getting out of the yards, they're attacking people that are either walking down the street or in several cases we had dogs attack other dogs. One dog was killed and another one that the dog was bitten, as was the handler while walking. Just dogs breaking free from backyards or off the front steps because the animals are not secured. So we're working on that with our code enforcement officer, Randy. And keep in mind that not only will you get a citation for an ordinance violation for a dangerous dog, but you're also facing civil action by that person that was bit. So that's my report for now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do you think it would be useful for us to send a mailer or something, or like a reminder about our dog ordinance?
I think, there's so many families with dogs, and every animal is a different personality, and we have to make a clear statement to our residents that you have to control your animals.
Okay. Well, you and I can work on that this week and try to get something put together. Thank you. All right, on to unfinished deferred business. Update on the Public Works Garage project.
Yes, pretty much the building, the offices, and all that are complete. Everything's working good. The last portion of this that we have to do is some drainage and some leveling of the gravel and all that kind of stuff and paving. That's the last portion we have to do. Nick and I were talking about it a little bit this week that we're going to hopefully move forward on that and get this going next week or the week after so we can get some bids in or proposals in for what we have to do. Other than that, I mean, the building itself is in good shape. I mean, everything is working and all's good. It's nice to have an office.
About time.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Tony. I don't see anybody from the fire department, so we'll skip. I skipped them the first time, so we already. Update on 2024 109th Green Place Roundabout project.
Milestone is slowly knocking stuff off the punch list. I push them to knock other stuff off the punch list, but it's slow moving.
Do we have an ETA or
No.
any rough ballpark?
Can't get much out of them.
Just like third-party delays, or okay. All right, on to 2024 CCMG projects.
We're more focused on this one. This one's pretty much wrapped up. There's just a couple minor things. And then I've started balancing change order. And we should hopefully get this one wrapped up and off the books next month.
Okay. Next month for the meeting or next month sometime?
Next month. Hopefully for the meeting next month.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And 2025?
Submitted the contract and the end-up paperwork today. So hopefully everything's good with that and should be good with the state. And then Milestone wants to schedule a pre-con. Need it going shortly.
Project was awarded the Milestone. There's lowest responsible bidder.
Stuff I signed. Right. Okay. And when do you think we'll hear anything back?
I
don't know if they have a timeline or anything.
Yeah, I think they're ready whenever.
Okay. All right. On to new business. Consideration of ordinance 376. Attorney Austin or Nick?
It's
Or you
an
want me to
amendment
take
to
it?
your zoning ordinance that changes the provisions or regulations for annexation components of development and permits the town council to negotiate and or agree to other than ag zoning for the annexation to be perfected.
Okay.
It's a single reading ordinance.
Thank you, sir. I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 376 entitled only, an ordinance amending town code, Title 15, Chapter 156, entitled zoning, and specifically amending Section 156.023, entitled annexation territory, districts, classifications, amending the standards and requirements of the planned development districts in the town, and repealing all town code sections and ordinance or parts thereof in conflict herewith and all matters related thereto.
All right. We have a
I'll
motion
second.
Motion by John, second by Amy. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? We have one no, and motion carries. On to item number 2, consideration of engagement with Wallach, Summers, and Haas. This is an engagement letter with the law firm, which we are exploring. We're exploring some different financing options for the town, financing advice, I should say, for the town. And Wallach, Summers, and Haas is a law firm that we are hoping to provide some of those services. Is that fair?
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
I'll make a motion that we enter into an engagement with Wallach, Summers, and Haas, PC.
We have a motion by Dave,
I'll second that.
second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3, consideration of pay application number 16 to Hassie.
This is a recommendation from the sewer board, pay app for the wastewater treatment plant project, equipment installation, electrical work. I think I've reported to you already that the plant is substantially complete and our capacity is online. We anticipate probably one more pay app on this project and then retainage, and we'll be done.
All right.
I'd like to make a motion that we pay, I guess this would be Hasse Construction pay request number 16 in the amount of $276,653 as recommended by the sewer board.
Second.
A motion by John, second by Amy. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries. Item number 4, consideration of pay application number 9 to Milestone.
Can we take these in omnibus form?
Yeah, Dave, can we, I don't
Keep
think
this
for,
one by itself.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. For this one, can we take, even though the others, 5 through
11.
11 are,
Omnibus?
yeah, 5 through 12?
You may.
Okay,
You may.
perfect. Thank you. There you go.
So we need to do number 4.
He said 4 to
Yeah.
be
Sorry.
independent.
Yeah, 4 is by itself, 5 through 12 will go together.
So number 4 is the pay application that covers the additional work that was done in the electrical work that was done by Hawk in the center island of the roundabout. This was approved as a change order last month. And I'll note that the amount, $11,299.20 is correct, even though the invoice says that retainage is going to be held. They don't need to hold retainage on the change order. So I'll make sure to send Animal a note tomorrow to make sure that that full amount is paid.
Yeah, but you said they're being slow, right?
Yeah, but this was Hawk. there's some.
Put it out there.
We are still holding a substantial retainage on the roundabout 4 miles, so they've asked us to reduce that, and
Okay.
we told them
No. Got it. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, been right. You guys can do everything.
Okay. I was gonna ask where that was on here.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to pay application number 9 for the Milestone Construction, right, am I the right one here? For the Green Place 109th Roundabout in the amount of $10,169.28.
Second.
We have a motion by John, second by Amy. Any discussion? What?
11,000.
Oh, yeah, we have 10. It's 11.
It's 10 and then, I'd like to
10.
amend, is it
11,
11?
169.
11,169? Okay.
11,299.
11,299, but
20.
less the retainage. So we're not,
You can do it either way. They don't technically need to hold the retainage because it's a change order.
are we paying the 11,299?
And 299.20, just doing the 10,169.
You can do it either. You can do it
Just
either way.
either what's-
Just do the
Yeah.
10.
Yep.
So the motion stands.
Yep. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries. Items 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pay applications to Milestone for 2024 CCMG road projects will be taken in omnibus. Sean?
So
Wanna
item number
start?
5 is pay application number 4 for Pike Street South in the amount of $2,285.22. This is striping. Number 6 is pay application number 4 for Pike Street North in the amount of $6,122.11. This is striping and a curb ramp that I was holding payment for until they finished the return curb on the back that they did not do at the time. Has been completed now. Item number 7 is pay app number 4 for Park Street in the amount of $271.51, and that is striping. Number 8 is pay app number 4 for Newton Avenue in the amount of $1,549.88, again for striping. Item number 9, pay application number 4 for 108th Avenue in the amount of $1,273.32 for striping and some curb and gutter that was missed originally. They came back and redid. Number 10 is pay application number 4 for 106th Avenue in the amount of $905.04, and that was for striping. Item number 11 is pay application number 4 for 112th Avenue in the amount of $260.20 for striping. And then finally, item number 12 is the invoice for the additional sidewalk work along Sneed Street, 106th Avenue, Randolph Street, and the additional curb and gutter and sidewalk at 109th and Pike that was approved as the 2 change orders last month in the amount of $104,417.50.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll entertain a motion.
He wants to read all the, okay. All right, I make a motion to approve the following pay application number 4 for Milestone Contractors in the amounts of $2,285.22, $6,122.11, $271.51, $1549.88, $1273.32, $905.04, $260.20, and $104,417.50.
I'll second it.
We have a motion by Amy, second by Dave. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 13, recommendation from the Planning Commission for a Phase 3 performance bond for Grand Ridge.
This is the establishment of a performance bond for the third phase of the Grand Ridge subdivision. And it's for the amount of the improvements plus a 10% contingency in the amount of $1,520,680.51.
Nick, have they cleaned up, or have we, Tony's not here, I was gonna ask. Have they cleaned up everything over there?
Yes, we did stop work that entire development. It was a couple weeks ago now, and they got all of their stormwater protection and all that back in compliance.
Okay. Compliance today?
It is. Haven't had any rain since then, I don't think.
But figured I'd
But
ask.
today. All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we approve the Phase 3 performance bond, or approve the recommendation from the Planning Commission for the Phase 3 performance bond for Grand Ridge in the amount of $1,520,680.51.
Second.
A motion by Dave, second by Amy. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Next, do you want to amend the agenda?
Yes, sir. That would be great.
And Mr. President, I'd like to amend the agenda to include the disposition of property, the waiver of liability, assumption of risk, and indemnity agreement for K9 Rack the Dog.
We have a motion,
I'll second it.
a second. Could I have a roll call vote, Mike?
Mr. David Anderson.
Yes.
Ms. Amy Blaker.
Yes.
Mr. John Derwinski.
Yes.
And Mr. Zach Weaver.
Yes. All right, item number 14 is the indemnity agreement. Let me get the title. Should have had it up. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, because it wouldn't have been. All right, up next we have a waiver of liability, assumption of risk, and indemnity agreement. This is, from time to time, the town has to dispose of certain assets or property, and in doing so, we have to make sure that the town does not have continuous liability for whatever is being passed on to the next owner. So that's what this agreement is intended to accomplish. And I think, is that fair, Dave?
It is fair. It's not brain surgery. It's a pretty simple document, but it is clear on what its intent is, and it's consistent with your explanation.
Thank you very much. So I'll entertain a motion to authorize the council president to finalize and sign the agreement on behalf of the town.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by John, motion by Dave, second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. Anybody wishing to speak for public comment?
You said something about the canine? Is that what you said? I couldn't hear.
What's that?
You said something about the canine? Is that the dog? I don't know.
Yeah, K9 Rack.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is the dog back that we had before?
The dog, yeah, he was at the Hobart Animal Hospital for a while being treated, just making sure he was taken care of, kenneled. And now he's currently being fostered, we just wanted to get him out of the kennel, so yeah.
I couldn't really hear.
Yeah, he's safely back, so.
Is the dog coming back to the police department? Or no?
We're trying to work out what the final, career path is gonna be for him, but I think with this time off and kind of the distance from it, we're trying to work that out. We're not really sure exactly how it's gonna look. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sarah Bebenik. I live at 7682 East 121st. My question is, where do I find ordinances of the town? Is that on the town website?
There's a link on the town website, but it's published through American Legal. And so if you were to search like Winfield Town Ordinance, it would pop up as like AM Legal, something to that
AM
effect.
Legal.
Pop up as what?
Like AM Legal.
Oh, AM.
I don't know exactly the domain, but it'll be something like that. And that'll list all of it. And then you can download a PDF or search, however you want to access it through there.
Okay. Can I ask you a specific ordinance question?
Sure. I'll do my best.
Yeah, I know you don't know them all. I live at Providence at Stonegate, and there's a neighbor who runs a business out of his garage, like a mechanic shop. He has a lift and everything like that. That's not the part that bothers me. Hey, do your side hustle. My problem is the traffic that's on the street, I guess similar to these folks.
Yeah.
But it's just one house that's creating, and I don't know if you're familiar, it's where Randolph Park is.
Mhm.
You drive in and we make a left, and it's the second house from that corner, so it's kind of dangerous when there's oncoming traffic on your side of the street. So it's very similar to what they're handling over there, but it's because of a business. And I don't know, it's zoned for residents, I don't know how it works.
Yeah, that would be.
I'm not sure if that's legal.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the subdivision Karen.
Right.
I don't mean to be that person. I don't want to stop his job. I just want it to be clear so traffic can go both ways.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a non-conforming use in a residential neighborhood that's causing traffic problems, that's I wouldn't describe that as Karen behavior. I mean, it's affecting the neighborhood. But-
Do you have the address?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want me to give it public?
Well, you just give it to Nick.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you.
we'll get it from you. I think I actually know where you're talking about. We'll look at it and see, but the best way to go about it really is to let Nick or somebody in the office know so that we can have our code enforcement go out and check on what's going on, or have the police department if there's traffic violations or whatever, parking violations.
Okay.
So that's the best way, is to formally submit something so that we can get it in the queue and make sure everybody's tracking it.
Okay.
But this is, I mean, we're on it now, so we'll take a look at it and see.
Okay. Is your email on the website, the town website?
It is.
Okay. All right, I'll find you through there. I'll send you that address.
Because,
too.
I mean-
Okay, thank you. Do you guys want me to put that on this notebook, my information?
Oh, is it?
Please
I don't even
sign
know
in,
what that is.
Name and
Oh,
address.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's on, you said it, so it's recorded, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I would just say that is a non-conforming use of residential
Right.
if a business is
There's
going out.
specific rules regarding home occupations in the code, and we can
Yeah.
review what's going on against what the code allows or doesn't allow.
Very good.
Just make sure you email.
Yep. Thanks for coming too, appreciate it. All right, anyone else wishing to speak? On to Treasurer's Report, Mike.
For this month, for your review, consideration, and approval, we have 10 pages of claims in the gross amount of $867,133.05. This amount does contain a couple of bond payments, so that's why it's that high.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Make a motion that we approve the claims in the amount of $867,143.05.
I can second that motion.
A motion by Dave, second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Our next meeting will be July 22nd at 7 p.m. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Moved.
Second.